the night the water swallowed them. Subscribe, like, and comment, because tonight's story isn't just about escape, it's about a truth powerful people never wanted uncovered. The Coast Guard cutter sliced through the black water of San Francisco Bay just moments before dawn. Its searchlight trembled as it skimmed the surface, cutting through the low, heavy fog that seemed to swallow both sound and certainty. It was for 12 a.m. when a patrol officer spotted it, a shredded piece of raincoat floating near the north side of Alcatraz Island. It was orange, prison issue, and it was unmistakably real. By sunrise, the island was sealed. Again, Alcatraz, the rock, the one place the federal government swore no one ever escaped from alive, but someone had just disappeared. Inside D Block, Frank Morris's cell sat empty, his bed perfectly made. The blanket was folded with military precision, his shoes neatly aligned beneath it. To any guard glancing through the bars, it would have looked like just another restless inmate sleeping off the long night. But when the morning count came up wrong, panic spread through the cell block like a contagion. And Morris wasn't alone. The brothers, John and Clarence Anglin, were gone too. 3 men had vanished from a prison surrounded by freezing water, razor-sharp currents, and a reputation built entirely on hopelessness. Officially, the story would become a legend. The men drowned, dragged under by the treacherous bay, their bodies lost to the tides forever. Case closed. Except, this wasn't how real cases ended. FBI Special Agent Daniel Reeve arrived on the island before noon. He wasn't a man impressed by myths or reputations. He trusted patterns, he trusted motives, and he trusted the simple, unshakable rule that men don't just disappear without leaving something behind. Inside Morris's cell, Reeve immediately noticed details others had missed. The vent behind the sink had been widened, the concrete around it crumbling in a way that was unnaturally clean. And there, on the pillow, sat a dummy head painted, detailed, and just human enough to fool a guard doing his rounds in the low light of the prison corridor. This wasn't an act of desperation. This was planning, meticulous, calculated planning. Down in the prison workshop, a handmade raft was missing. But it hadn't been stolen, it had been constructed. Over 50 raincoats had been painstakingly stitched together with prison-issued thread, the seams perfectly sealed with heat from the workshop's steam pipes. Someone had to have helped them, someone with access. Someone who knew the prison's blind spots, its routines, its hidden vulnerabilities. Then came the first contradiction in the official story. A guard swore he'd heard accordion music echoing through the cell block that night at the exact same time Morris was supposedly chipping away at concrete. Another guard claimed he saw a figure moving along the laundry corridor hours after the final lockdown. The statements didn't align. The timelines were starting to bend and warp. By afternoon, the warden made a phone call that would never appear in any official report. The search radius for the escapees was quietly, almost imperceptibly, reduced. Boats were redirected away from certain areas. Reeve noticed the shift immediately. "You don't narrow a search," he muttered to himself, "unless you already know where not to look." That evening, as the thick fog rolled back in to reclaim the bay, a fisherman reported something strange near Angel Island footprints. Bare footprints, leading away from the water, not toward it. The report was logged, and then it was buried, but Reeve didn't bury it. Back in the evidence locker, he examined the fragment of raincoat that had started it all. Sewn into the lining, he found it a message, written in faint pencil. "Alive, trust no." The sentence was cut short, torn away. And that was the moment Agent Reeve realized the truth. The escape from Alcatraz wasn't the crime, it was the cover-up. If you want to know what happened next, check out my channel for the continuation of this story. Like, comment, share, and subscribe because the truth is only just beginning. Thanks for watching.